Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Baker. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Baker now off the play fake. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They've got first down from the 31. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. There he goes, right sideline. And he makes the Bucs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, it's not something they honestly consider too much. That is until he started that return, baby. And they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. Nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And they wrap him up after a short push to the 42. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's 2nd and 7. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now it's 3rd down. Baker now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Motioning the tight end left. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Chubb goes up and over for the touchdown. The Buccaneers cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers tie this game 7-7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 14. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Another carry for Robinson. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. He's going to throw this one. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Looking for a throw here. It's into the hands of Mooney. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Falcons will have a first. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First and 10, around to Robinson. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's in! It's an Atlanta touchdown! The Falcons finish off their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown! Coup on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Starting from the 5. Look at this out of the bag of tricks. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. First down, here's Baker. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Trying to find Mike Evans with that throw. And it sets up 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. It is caught left side. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Shove here on first down. And he's going to take this down inside the 25 before being stopped. Working quickly here. From the 24. Brought in close to the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. First and goal, now 5 yards tougher after that penalty. Here's Baker. That's brought in by White. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance. This offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Falcons are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Staying with Robinson. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. Tackled by big Logan Hall. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
They've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 15. He's got it at the 5. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here's Chubb. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the 1st. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. We'll see if they go for it here. 4th down near the end to throw for it. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And he's out the clear. Hits the 20. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick six touchdown. Cool on now for the extra point. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a penalty. All right, so with the penalty, a chance to go for 2 from the 1, or they could elect to try a shorter kick. That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? And he sends it through. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Mayfield again. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On target to Godwin. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And they'll hold him up after a short carry to the 44. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Into the hands of Likely. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the red zone now. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. Got to shake it off and keep on firing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And their creativity not rewarded. He's only able to get this back to the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
We call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, kept them in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal. Mayfield now from the gun. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Mayfield now on 3rd and goal. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Here we go. It's Mayfield. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Here's Ruff. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. And the Buccaneers scoop it up.
I think the phrase, Kate, blood in the water, comes to mind in this spot. There was a chance to get aggressive and attack them being backed up close to the end zone. Can't imagine that decision paying off in a better fashion than that.
A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. They'll give to Chubb, running left. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Has it down close. And they get to him and touch him down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, set.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return starts at the 3. Return's looking good so far. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
That counter could never get started. Good chance someone on that line telegraphed that play because the defense was all over it. Fortunate just to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. Buys time, rolling right. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're rolling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. Not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. 3rd and long for him here. Cut out left. It's a pickup of 11. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Robinson on the inside give. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to the air here. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he goes out a little short of the 40. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Jukes one defender. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's able to get this down to the edge of the red zone. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
From the 21. Buying some time right. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. This one intended for the running back. So it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Young Hui Koo out for the field goal. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Tight end gets it running forward. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
When you call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
First and 10. Here's Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down. Another look for him, Brock. And, hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today. I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's Baker to throw. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So 2nd down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position, and most importantly, swipe that pass away. That is a DB's best friend to pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Putting a receiver in motion. 3rd down, here's Mayfield. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Baker throwing again. He's got it close to the marker. Oh, but they're going to say incomplete. He didn't get the feet down on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And the man is there to knock that away.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They'll run it with Robinson. And it's a rare defensive win on the ground. He's caught at the line.
This running back has had himself a day, but not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. And it's the Buccaneers with a 2nd and 7. Baker now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target there was Mike Evans. And it's 3rd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But at that defense, we're flying around and making the play.
Looking for Chris Godwin that time. So that brings up 4th down. Mayfield to throw again. That's cut beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Got Evans, it's complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. 1st down, here's Baker. This finds Evans, complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. They run it from the gun with Chubb. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
3rd and short, Mayfield. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They send the tight end in motion. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
That is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Has it in close. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers cut it to a field goal game.
Buccaneers 21. Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Power squib kick is taken in. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that. And he's there for the interception. Picked off by Eric Kendricks.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've got in him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Falcons do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Here's a return from the 7. Oh, he eats a hit to bring it into that return right near the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. To throw it on 1st down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. From the 16. Finds his target, Robinson. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
Third down give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Another carry for Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
Well, a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call, but it can work against a pass or a run. Good luck running for the sticks when you got a whole defense crashing you right off the snap.
Start with a run by Chubb. He makes the 25. And he'll get this all the way up to the 35. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good. For first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Taken in by Likely. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Chubb here on first down. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Chubb on the give, headed left.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Offense up to the line fast. Chubb will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. Offense in the hurry up here. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Chubb trying to run his way in. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Buccaneers grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And he's out a little short of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield. Back who can show off his wheels.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To throw here on 1st down. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Buccaneers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
They begin the drive with Chubb. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 now. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Mayfield on 1st and 10. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers drive their lead to 11. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here we go. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
On the move, headed right. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I think more than ever, QBs today are so good at doing this, Kate, buying himself enough time and actually finding a target downfield. Just this time, he couldn't quite make that connection.
Gets this one to Pierce. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. They've got first down from the 31. Enough to Chubb to start the drive. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, the casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here's Chubb on second down. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Here's the give to Irving. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Mayfield now, blitz coming. This finds likely. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Pressure coming, Baker taking a big shot for the end zone. And oh, he got it, interception.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. You got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
From the 22 on second down. He's throwing deep to the left side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
To the air, third and long. Catch is made down the right sideline. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, are under Robinson. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 12-yard line.
He'll throw it. Got a man. Robinson has it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
you. When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. It's Falcons football, a nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Third and a lone yard coming up. Running left is Robinson. Play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Brock, because that sets him up with first and goal. Here's Robinson, and he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing on 2nd and 6. He's got it. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. So here we go. The Falcons lining up for a big 2-point conversion attempt. He's throwing for it. And they pick him off again. Jamal Adams with the INT. 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. So the decision to go for 2 does result in a nice boost, Brock, but not for the team we were expecting, thanks to an alert play and a lengthy jog downfield from that defender.
Yeah, it took everybody. In order to do that and make that happen, it really was all 11 and then just a superhuman effort. You say jog, I say a sprint to glory.
His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Chubb up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin on that play. So they're left facing 3rd and long. He made taking away that quick slant look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route. It's Johnny on the spot.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. They give inside to Chubb. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Working quickly here. Chubb again on 2nd down. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Baker out of the pistol. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a problem. 2 scores now. It's, what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Fielded at the 7. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll come out throwing. Dumped off to his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 36. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they're going to face third down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
That one's complete to London. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first. He'll throw it yet again. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Gets it to him on the screen. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It got down in distance. This group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bucs 30-yard line.
They'll throw it. Pass is caught at the 9. Touchdown Atlanta. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons have some new life in the 4th.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throwing now, off play action. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. All right, look at the quarterback, never sinking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They're throwing it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it. Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
Has this at the 6. And look at this. The ball is out. And the ball skips out of bounds. Lucky for them, no lost fumble there on the kick return.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
To the left and hauled in by Likely. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Chubb. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. The give now to Chubb. Big gap up the middle. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of. Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
It's 4 yards on 2nd and goal. Now they'll only need 3 on 3rd down. And it's a rare defensive win on the ground. He's caught at the line.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
This is taken in at the 13. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. Back to throw it. Got for big yards on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Here's Algier on first down. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running anywhere near that.
2nd and 11. His target rough. To move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Gotta be a pretty good actor. Gotta be pretty good at selling to that defense. Yeah, that's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, well, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
First down from the red zone. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have second down coming up. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket.
Oh, those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And in for the other touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is, we're tied up in the...
Set to kick off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They are running from the gun with Chubb. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Pressure coming, Baker. Early damage before they finally take him down. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Irving here from the gun. No progress on 1st down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Once again, Irving. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. Timeout called by Atlanta.
That call will make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Chubb. And the defense gets there.
It's so frustrating for the one. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
So as we go through this coin toss, Brock, I'm sure most of our fans know it, but this is something that can decide the game. If the team who gets it first scores a touchdown, the game is over. But if they only kick a field goal, their opponent gets it with a shot to win or tie. And if we play beyond those two possessions, the next score would then win.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. He fields it from the 8. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. First throw of overtime now. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes. And they pick him off again. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons surprise them with the interception. And now have a chance to win this game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 17.
A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he reaches the end zone. That is a game-winning touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Filled in and take the win at home. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.